He could wake up 5 times, 3 times. I honestly wouldn't be surprised either way. Don't want to get out of bed if I don't have to. Sleep deprivation is very, very hard. It's insane how your body just adjusts and you're able to still do what you need to do. Hello you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is so much later than I usually ever intro a YouTube video, and to be honest with you, I am so tired right now. It's only just after 8 p.m. but I usually don't start a video at this point in the day, and today I am because I'm going to be filming our newborn's nighttime routine and just showing you guys the ways that we currently wind down our baby for bed. But I also wanted to film a full night with our newborn, so to be honest with you, I have no idea what it's gonna look like. He could wake up 5 times, 3 times. I honestly wouldn't be surprised either way because it has been so random in the last little bit. Last night he was only up twice, but the nights before that have been 4 or 5 times just here and there. So I have no idea what's gonna happen. I'm very interested to see what happens. Hopefully we just only have one waking and that's it, but we'll see. I just got our toddler down for bed 20-30 minutes ago. She usually goes to bed around 7 or 7:30. I usually like to get her down first because I feel it's just insane to kind of go back and forth between the two of them, and I probably won't start bedtime for another 30 minutes for Jude. So Jude is our 5-week-old baby. We've just introduced a kind of nighttime routine for him in the last week and a half or so. I honestly personally feel for the first 3 to 4 weeks that we're just flying by the seat of our pants when it comes to baby sleep. We're not really concerned about routines or schedules or things like that. In my experience, around the 5 or 6 week mark is when both of my kids have seemed a little bit more receptive to a bedtime routine. At that point, I feel their wake windows during the day are starting to get a little bit longer. They're getting a little bit more alert, and I just noticed that there's a time of day where it's okay, you're ready for bed, and we're gonna put you down for the actual night now. Typically for Jude, that's at 9:15, and I think people have said that the sweet spot is between 8 and 10 p.m. for a newborn, so 9:15 works really well for us. I start the routine at 8:30 so that there's a little bit of time in there for all of the different things that we go through, and then I do actually do one more feeding before bed when we actually go to bed. So my husband is currently with Jude. They're just chilling together for a couple of minutes while I kind of get everything ready for his bath time. So I'm going to pull together all of the stuff that we use and show you guys just what that routine looks like. Another pro tip is to actually set the diaper out and the pajamas out ready to go, because as soon as your newborn comes out of their towel, they will be a little bit sad. So this just helps to speed the process up. So this is the baby bath that we use. We've used it for both of our kids now and it's been really helpful. It's the Angel Care tub. With our first, we bathed her inside the sink without this, and I found that it was really hard because they're so slippery when they're newborns. So this is nice because it props them up, but I prefer to do it here versus in the actual bath, because in the bath the shower head is just too much, and then I find that if I fill something up and then try and pour it over, it's it gets too cold for them. So this is really nice because we can pull this down while he's in the tub and just actually do the whole thing here, and then the water just falls through the holes down here. So this is just balanced here, and then my husband and I are both here, so we feel really good and safe about him being in this chair. But that's just the way that it's worked out really nicely for us. And then I'll prep everything else that I need. So essentially this is it. I just use a really soft baby washcloth, and then I'll wet this beforehand with the temperature that the bath will be and just put that over his little body so it's a little bit cozier for him. And I grabbed our Hello Bello shampoo and body wash. This is just a fragrance-free clean one, and this is just a sample, but I've really liked it. So I'm gonna get another one once we run out. And then a little comb that, so sorry, you can actually see some of his cradle cap in, which is kind of gross, but that's what I use to just kind of loosen it up before I do a treatment after he's out of the bath.
What are you looking at me?
Okay, so after PJs and lotions, I do usually, even after a bath, still use this Mistela No Rinse Cleansing Water just on his face to help prevent baby acne. It took us a long time to find something that worked for baby acne with our first, but since we knew that this one worked, we just have been using it like very proactively this time. And his baby acne has been so much better than hers was, so this is a must-have. And then I did show you guys this, but the Tubby Todd all over ointment is something that we always use, and that's for his cradle cap. When you put it on, it seems like it's way too much and it's like never gonna sink in, but by the time they wake up the next day, the cradle cap looks so much better, so we really like that. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but we don't do a bath for him every night. We basically do a bath like every 2 or 3 days, or like as necessary after like big blowouts and stuff like that. For the most part, I do mostly just use on the in-between days the No Rinse Cleansing Water on like his face and any spots that there may have been puke, like from spit up, like in his neck and stuff like that. Just to help keep him clean, because I don't want to dry him out by bathing him too much. So if I do need to bathe him like 2 days back to back, sometimes I'll just use water instead of using soap both times, just because their skin is so sensitive and his skin is like extra sensitive. So I don't want to do too much. So I find that a bath like every 2 or 3 days works well for us. And on the days that that's not part of our routine, again, I'll just skip that step and use the No Rinse Cleansing Water instead. So because our baby does have reflux, we typically like to keep him upright for like at least 15 or 20 minutes before we actually swaddle him and put him down for bed. That way we at least feel more confident that he's not gonna like puke all over himself right when we put him down. So it is a little bit more complicated than just swaddling immediately after the feed and putting him down, but it's what works for us. So he has him, and I'm going to get everything that I need like for my bedside kind of setup before we go to bed now. So I'll show you guys all the things that I like to lay out there before we go to bed, because I find that if I do all of that once he's already down and asleep, it's just like a little bit too noisy. So I'll get the bedside set up, and then for myself, I won't actually get ready for bed until I come in here a little bit later, closer to like 10:30 or 11, and then I'll just go into our bathroom and get ready to like actually go to bed. But here is our bedside setup. So we do have the baby bay right beside the bed. This is kind of like what it looks like and how close it comes up to the bed. So he's very close to me in the night, which is really nice. I will move this. I just like have his baby blanket here hung during the day. So this is the bassinet that we have. It does have wheels, so we like kind of move it around the house during the day. But this is where I'm going to gather all my stuff that I need for the night. And this is a pro tip that I like discovered is so nice this time, is that like in the night, I often like need to use my phone as a flashlight just to either like check on him, make sure that he's still good, or do whatever, get ready to feed, and having to unplug and then like not plug my phone back in because I'm too tired was so annoying. So being able to just set it down is really nice, and this phone charger is from IKEA. But yeah, I'm gonna grab all the stuff that I need for that and then show you guys what I use in the night. Alright you guys, welcome to my bedside tour. This is all of the stuff that I need for a night with a newborn. So I have some disposable breast pads here, I have diapers and wipes, I have some burp cloths, a big water bottle full of water, again, sound machine, lamp, phone charger, and then this is like some breastfeeding stuff here. So first of all, I do use the hahaha in the middle of the night, but I don't start using it until like closer to the morning feedings, like 3, 4, 5 a.m. Essentially anytime between like 11 to 3-ish. I don't usually do any milk collection. I just use the disposable breast pads, and there's a couple reasons for that. First of all, I don't want to like perpetuate the oversupply that I have, and I was finding that using that between every single feeding was kind of contributing to that. So I'm not actually putting that on and like suctioning during those feedings. I'm just collecting letdown in the morning. The other reason is, again, I just don't want to collect letdown on every feed in the middle of the night, because I was finding that that when I was doing that and then putting this here, I was like knocking it over and I was just too tired to kind of even like have the wherewithal to do it. So I just do it like starting around 3 or 4 a.m. and that's just what works for me. And then behind that, I do also have my Mom Cozy S12 pump. So I always make sure that this is fully charged before I go to bed because I want to use it first thing in the morning. So essentially on whatever side I feed on, I find that because I do try and offer like both sides, neither one of them feels like it's fully empty. If I miss a feeding or we go a little bit longer than 2 hours, I feel like it is a little bit more uncomfortable for me. So I do use this on both sides just to make sure that it's fully empty in the morning. And then I actually don't really use it any other time in the day now. It's just in the morning to like get a little bit more comfortable. And then I just freeze all that extra milk. So I do have that handy so I can do it and just relieve myself first thing. And then I do also keep diapers and wipes here because we have a change table on the other side of the room, but I find that in the middle of the night, it's just too much. I'm totally fine to just do it right here. I've not had any blowouts in the middle of the night. I actually have never been peed on in the middle of the night, so I just put the new diaper like underneath immediately when I'm doing the old one and just kind of cover up and have not had any issues. So again, it's just what works for us. I don't want to get out of bed if I don't have to. I do have everything in very close quarters, ready to go at any moment's notice.
Pieces been missing. Lullaby that I wrote for you.
Good morning, you guys. It is now just after 7:20 a.m. and I'm getting up and getting ready for the day. Needless to say, I'm feeling very tired today. When I have like more sleep throughout the night, I usually do like to try and get up at that like last morning feed because he often will go back to sleep. So I'll often try and feed him at that morning one and then put him back down so that I can go out and get stuff ready for the day before both of them are up. But after last night, I was just like way too tired, and we do have a full morning today. I'm going to be going out with him and still need to like get myself ready, get him ready, pump and everything in the next hour and a half. So it's a little bit intense when you wake up and have to just like keep going after a really hard and like long night with a newborn. Last night I think that there were 4 wakings in total. I'll obviously know like for sure once I go back and like edit this and look at all the timestamps, but yeah, it was only like an hour and a half to 2 hours between each of the times that he woke up. And then during those times it was basically just like a 15-minute feeding, like trying to get him to eat on both sides, but oftentimes he'll only do the one. So then I'll just do the other one at like the next feeding and then again like pump in the morning. And then last night it was just like keeping him upright to try and help like manage the gas and stuff like that. I don't do a diaper change at every single waking. I usually only do it like a couple times a night. Because I find that it just wakes him up even more and can like further complicate it, and it's okay if it's just like a little bit of pee for a couple hours because some babies actually sleep through the whole night with that, so give yourself grace on that front if that's something that you've ever worried about. Is our other baby? You slept so good last night, hey? But yeah, sleep deprivation is very, very hard. Obviously it's like one of the hardest parts of having a newborn, but it's insane how your body just adjusts and you're able to still do what you need to do. So if you're worried about like how the heck you're going to be able to get up, you'll wonder how you'll do it, like even afterwards when you wake up in the morning, but then you'll get up and then you'll just keep going and you'll be shocked at how your body just like enables you to keep doing that and to keep taking care of your baby or babies in our situation. And then the other thing is like it's just not forever. So you have to keep that perspective in mind, and it's been easier for me to keep that perspective in mind this time just because we have done this before and we know that it doesn't last forever. But I have found that like my husband and I have needed to give each other a lot more pep talks in the morning this time because we'll wake up after a hard night and then just both of us feel like, oh my gosh, like there's no way that we're going to be able to like make it through this day. And so whichever one of us is like more tired or feeling more discouraged than the other one will usually jump in and be like, you know what, we've got this, we're tired, that's like a reality, but we're gonna make it through this day. It's only one day, we're gonna sleep again tonight, however long it is, and we just need to stay positive because that's really the only thing that you can do is just stay positive and look for those opportunities for rest, but also drink coffee and just encourage each other through it the whole way through. So that's kind of how we've been coping. The other thing that I do, like every single morning when I wake up, basically first thing is just like ask the Holy Spirit for strength to do the day because I'm not meant to do it on my own, and I know that He will equip me. And I love that verse about like His mercies being new every single morning. That is a verse that really has just resonated with me in my postpartum experiences with newborns. It's just reminding myself that like it's a new day, His grace is sufficient for today. I don't need to worry about tomorrow. All I need to do is worry about getting up today. So that just like initial prayer in the morning of saying like, God, I need you to meet me here today. He never doesn't do it. He never doesn't come through on that. And so that has been another thing that has just really encouraged me. Good morning. Dude, my face is over here, not by the window. Let's get you out of here. Alright you guys, we are all ready to go for the day, so I'm going to wrap up this vlog here. I hope that you enjoyed spending a full night with my newborn and my husband and I and seeing what that looks like. I hope that it could give you a little bit of insight and just an encouragement for you if you are entering into this season of life as well. If you did like this video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up before you head out today, and also feel free to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. But until my next video, I love you guys, I'm praying for you guys, and I will see you soon.